Well, good afternoon, YouTube and Whispers. How are you doing? I'm just making sure that we're live in all of our areas that we're supposed to be live in. I'm actually going to check with our Facebook group, make sure they're able to get in and to be able to hear, the dessert hour. Just making sure here, looking at everything and making sure the camera looks good and all. So it's good to see you guys. Nice to have you here. Hey, 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 how you doing? It's good to see you this afternoon. I hope you enjoyed the discussion. I hope you got to hear the live presentation and all because the post show is just as dynamic as the main event that happens at 3 o'clock. So I'm just letting the app kind of notify everyone because like I said, I don't want to take up all your time because we just came out of our show and everything. And so it's really good to be here. Hey, hey, nice to see you here too. Good to have you with me this afternoon. I see those getting situated even in our Facebook group today. So this is nice. So I tell you, we're going to get into our discussion this afternoon because it was a powerful day and it was a powerful conversation that we had all day. So let's kick the show off. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Whispers in a Bottle, Grown Talk Cocktail Fridays. This is the post show, our dessert hour, honey. And we're about to get into something. My name is Sonya LaRae. I am the host. I'm a lifestyle relationship counselor, fashion psychologist, educator, holistic health and wellness consultant, and motivational speaker. We just wrapped our show at 3 p.m. over on our home network on blogtalkradio.com/whispers in a bottle. We're live every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can also catch us wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. So if you're on Spotify or iTunes, Audacity, we are there. So you can listen to us wherever you get your podcast. And today's show, whoo, all right, put some flames in the chat box because this show was fire. It was pure fire. And it was all about defying societal expectations. Okay, Whisperers, let me just tell you, this show literally, I love when we get to kind of lean into a topic and make it into such a full, beautiful buffet. But this post show, I wanted to kind of lean into it in a different aspect. Okay. So we're going to actually kind of delve into it as far as it goes, like societal expectations on our mental well being. You heard me. Because, see, most people don't even weigh into that aspect totally. And let me get this banner off the screen because I want us to be able to talk. I want us to be here together. So literally, a lot of us don't even weigh into this aspect of what it does to our mental well-being. And in a world where societal norms often, dictate our choices, we're going to be challenging these expectations that are going to lead us to like our transformative journey towards improving our mental health. So, you all know that as a lifestyle relationship counselor, holistic health and wellness consultant, fashion psychologist, I deal with working with clients in totality. So, that's mind, body, soul, and wardrobe. So, when we are tapping into a deep essence as defying societal expectations, there's elements that we have to be willing to lean into even a little bit further. And that means that we got to understanding societal expectations before we really get into it. Like, why is it so that the standards are so much? Why does society impose standards regarding career paths, regarding relationships? It's because it's a dictation and it's even forming like to suffocate your thoughts, your processing, and even to put you into that 2x4 box. It's kind of like a known way of really kind of getting you to repress who you are. So for us to be able to really kind of defy this and what are the benefits of defying these expectations, we leaned into that authentic and self-discovery in our topic. But do you guys realize that we are 5 episodes in, right? And out of all of the topics, authenticity and self-discovery has been a real part and a key to a lot of our discussions. So that must mean this is probably your master key of this season. This is the ultimate master key of the season that's going to open up the corridors, the hallways, the secret compartments of your hearts and your mind. You didn't know it and you didn't realize it because it was subtly placed in there. But do you realize that as it becomes repetitive and it becomes consistent, repetitive, consistent starts to breed that thought process being reprogrammed. So if you don't follow my other page where it's just me, Sonya LaRae, LaPaz Imaging, I'm really teaching and working how I work with you all one-on-one inside of my agency. I gave a dynamic discussion this past Tuesday on really kind of reforming and reprogramming the subconscious mind, how that looks, what it sounds like, and what it feels like. So for us to do that, it means that we have to be willing to sit in that space and place of introspection. Now, you've heard this word throughout my discussion. So many times people have like, okay, we heard that before. But do you realize what introspection really means? What introspection really requires of us? So introspection is a deeper set and a deeper place that we sit. It means that it's not a shallow in kind of view. So if you ever have been to a pool, there's the shallow side of the pool. Matter of fact, it's so shallow that it comes maybe to your knees. It's right at 2 feet, 2 feet of water. Then some pools have it at 3 feet. So at that 3 feet, it's still just above your knee. And if you're tall like myself, it's literally hitting you at the back of your calf. So literally what happens as you go further into that water, the water comes up more and more onto the body until you get to the point where you're past that 5'7.5", 5'8" over there is going to reach over my head as I get into that 6 feet of water. It's the same thing for us when we are doing the introspective work on ourselves. We can do that either deep dive, which is going to tap into the deeper essence or deeper things that are keeping us pigeonholed, that are keeping us stifled, that are keeping us constantly pivoting towards the societal expectation, or we're going to actually start to get into that deep water where all the elements are that we need to really kind of go down and dig up and to really bring back up so we can get the air into our lungs so we can start to examine them. Because when we break free from the shackles of societal norms, you actually open the door to discovery and you actually have that genuine, notice that word, genuine factor that makes you happy, that makes you fulfilled, that gives you that bounty and abundance. Remember, I told you 2024 is about abundance and more. How can you do that if you're living under expectations of everything and everyone? The other thing is this. Sometimes with expectations, they're not just from society. They're the expectations that you lay upon yourself. The different things that you tell yourself that you cannot, or you failed, or you just aren't worthy. I'm not good enough. I don't do this. I'm not that. So it means for us to start taking care of that well-being. We have to be willing to reduce mental health strain. Now that's powerful. If you didn't hear anything, just take this note and write it down. Put a big star around it, circle it a couple of times, tack it to your wall. See, conforming to societal expectation often leads to chronic stress. Chronic stress. which leads to heart disease, which leads to diabetes, which leads to you having cortisol. Cortisol gives you the belly fat. Belly fat leads into other issues and problems that are actually going to kill you. So we have to be willing in defying these expectations and alleviating the mental strain, which will start promoting that healthy mindset, that healthy state of being. See, when we put things into realistic expectation, and sometimes that realistic expectation means that you have to research and find what it is that it's that reality for you. So many people are constantly battling with their weight, but they're not sure how to get that under control. And they feel like, everybody's over here was Ozempic, Wegovy, you name it. I'm like, look, I'll get some Wegovy in Ozempic, whatever, which, I haven't done that. So just to let you know, but this is the thing, but it's pumped into us that you think in your mind, oh, maybe I should try that or I would like that, but see, that's society imprinting on us. Well, we want to be healthy. So, as a holistic health and wellness consultant, I teach about things that we are to eat to nourish our body, how we are to do things. You can be sedentary, but you can do things that are going to still help your body to process the food, to get your metabolism running, to get your brain and everything oxygenized. So it's all the things we have to do that we are willing to break free of what society says is the norm. You can't lose weight, let me get you a surgery. You want more curves, let me get you a surgery. You want it, let me get you more surgery. You don't like it, let me get you more surgery. And it gets here. Instead of doing certain things that can help you. So you want to contour your face. You want your face to be slimmer. That may mean that you need to do taking away some of the sugars in your diet. So this way your body is not being so toxified with the sugars, the refined sugars. Maybe you have overconsumption of alcohol. You want to refine that. You want to bring things into your expectations, that you are living up to expectations that you're setting for yourself, not that society says is your expectation, your norm. You got to fit in, you got to do. See, Whisperers, this discussion is powerful because it's allowing us to crack the mold and to really kind of authentically show up as ourselves. So I tell you guys all the time that I'm very authentic. I'm very transparent with a little bit of everything. Excuse me. But I have to tell you, I have always been a person, and as I told you, my upbringing is different because my parents have always allowed me to really tap into the true essence of who Sonya was and who Sonya is. So for me, even as you grow and we become adults, I never wanted to conform to anyone's expectations. I don't compete with no one. I don't measure myself up against no one. And I don't even put the value of others in front of this or how they did this. I should have, but I don't do that to myself. So in turn, my expectations are what I set for myself, the goals that I start placing in that space and place, which causes me to have more of that Zen-like quality, that reduced mental stress and having a healthy mental hygiene. I told you guys, my routine in the morning is I wake up in the morning and I first tap into how is Sonya feeling. I don't go get on my phone the first thing in the morning to go scroll through social media. What did I go miss? I don't go and call and do this, that, and the other. When my mother was alive, the first person I called after I got up and I did what I needed to do was my mom. I always called her because I wanted to know how she was doing. She okay? Need anything? Blah, blah, blah. We're going to map out our day. But as far as it goes with outside influence, I don't let that come to me until I'm sitting in my office and ready to really set my day forward. And in setting my day forward, I have clear intention on how I'm going to even guard my peace, how I'm going to pour into myself that is not going to allow society to shape and shift me. So, me and my husband, we watch a show in the morning, and it's an old show. It is nothing even current. And it's none other than Perry Mason. But if we was following societal norms, we would have all the new and the this, that on, or 48 hour, whatever it is, whatever's going on, whatever hub is on the television at that hour. But no, we watch the show and we get things situated, we get things set up for our day and moving, because we're moving in our space, in our place that allows us to develop and to build the expectation that we want. And see, Whisperers, that's how powerful it is for you. That's how powerful we have to want to move things in our lives that allow us to build mental well-being. See, cultivating mindfulness and self-reflection allows us to shift away from that societal expectation. And it's even crucial. It's crucial for our mindfulness. It's crucial for our gratitude and how we even find ourselves to be thankful for who we are. And so many times, because society has placed these markers, and sometimes society means our family. Family imprints a lot of the expectation of societal expectation. We don't do, we aren't this, or we're not that, or I didn't teach you this, and I said, and that. Pause. Because see, there's power even in pausing. And many of you all who are new to me, and many of you all who already know and have been with me, that have traveled around the world, that have heard me speak, that have been on different apps with me, who come into Whispers in a Bottle, know that I am a true advocate of the power in pausing. See, cultivating mindfulness requires that we sit in a place, in a space of quiet, so we can shut off that inner and outer noise. Have you ever went to sleep and you just was, at first during your day, you were scuffling with something, like you just couldn't get clarity, you couldn't get it right or anything like that, and all of a sudden you go to sleep and you're sound asleep, you don't even dream, you're just out cold, and all of a sudden you wake up in the morning and you have such clarity on what you need to do. It's because the brain got to reset, because it had the power in pausing. And as it was in that deep sleep, in that REM sleep, the brain gets to reset. The oxytocin levels, the serotonin levels all get to come back into norm. And so what happens is the clarity that you get is because you were allowed to pause and reset. And sometimes as people, that's what we must give our permission to do. Especially when we are breaking free from societal expectations. It requires that we pause and reset. And that can be a space and a place of fear that comes about. But allow that fear, and we had a whole discussion literally in 2022 about fear being a superpower. And if you're just hearing me say that for the first time, go listen to that episode and get your master keys. Because those master keys and that fear as a superpower are necessary for you to pick up and to use in defying societal expectations. Because see, there's a fear in there that if you break from the norm, or you change from things, or you pivot from things, how would you be received, or how will it look? it will look like you're living authentically. It will look like you're living whole, and it will look like you're living healthy. That's how powerful that is. So I want to just say that a lot of times when I do discussions like this, I never want to give you surface conversation. And I'm not a surface talk kind of person because I feel that it does not aid or benefit us in any way, shape, or form whatsoever. So if I'm going to be truly transparent with you and honest with you, it requires of me to be able to really speak into defying societal expectations. It means that I have to give you the clarity and the tools to be able to do that. And so many times people are always whitewashing conversations. But do you realize that the pressure that we put on ourselves to try to meet societal expectations are some of the leading causes for the high rate in suicidal deaths? It's true. Because there's so much pressure and so much weight within inside of that. So why can't we start to build healthy expectations, healthy, realistic expectations that we want to fulfill and to have in our lives? So, Whisperers, I'm going to challenge you this week. I'm going to challenge you to really look at some expectations that maybe have been placed on you. And I want you to challenge them with a healthy expectation you want for you. See, placed on and you want for. So we're talking in to ourselves. Stand in front of that mirror, do that mirror work, talk it out, have it feel and vibrate and feel where it's coming from. Feel where it's coming from. So that requires you to be cognizant of your emotions. That requires of you to be cognizant of the space and place that you are shifting in from. You have to be honest and write it down so you can acknowledge it. Acknowledgement is everything of pivoting and changing and rewiring that subconscious mind. And as you do that, you're going to take it and you're going to build upon that. As you see that and you see the emotion, you're going to say, this made me feel this. And it could be angry, it could be hurt, it could be confused, it could be whatever. But I'm going to replace it with, I feel empowered. I feel encouraged. I feel motivated. I feel I can achieve of breaking free from this unrealistic expectation. Now, how powerful is that? How powerful is that? So, I always love to give you things that are going to help you and always going to keep building upon our discussions because it's important for me. Because defying societal expectations is not merely an act of rebellion, it's a profound journey toward your mental liberation. Boy, that's like, I mean, there's some t-shirt that should come out of this for me. I don't know what yet, but it will. Don't worry, Whisperers. When it does, I will let you know. Because literally, that is just a profound statement in itself. It is not a rebellion. We are not rebellious. We are authentic. We are a profound bunch of people. We are on a journey. We're not just on a little hike. We on a journey. We have an excursion that we need to be on, and we want to have it that we have this journey that is going to keep us moving towards our mental liberation, our mental health, our mental well-being, our mental stability. And if you're not that strong about that, I always tell you, I have a link in the bio. I have a link in the description box to my calendar. Book a discovery call. Let's start building your foundation, let it get it solidified and it gets strong. because there's going to be things that are going to push against that foundation, and you want it to be strong because you don't want your building, of which is you, to collapse. So listen, whisperers, I have thoroughly enjoyed our discussion. I love being in our space, in our place at all times. It actually brings me so much joy to come in, to be in the Whisperers Lounge, to birth these dynamic discussions. You don't even have an idea how much I love being with you all and how much I love doing my job. It's not even my job, it's just my way of life. And I'm grateful to be able to do what I love because so many times as we're having this discussion, people are struggling just to find their place in their space in that foothold of being able to just defy the things and to be able to live in that space and place of authenticity, doing things they love, having things that are nourishing their soul, that are building them up. So, with that being said, everyone, my name is Sonya LaRae. I'm a lifestyle relationship counselor, fashion psychologist, educator, holistic health and wellness consultant, and motivational speaker. I'm a thought leader. I'm a cheerleader. I'm a champion for you. But most importantly, I'm always honored to say that I am the host of Whispers in a Bottle Grown Talk Cocktail Fridays that's live every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at www.blogtalkradio.com/whispers-in-a-bottle. I told you also had some announcements that I was going to share with you. Don't forget, next week we have a special presentation. It's a pre-recorded show and it's talking about, removing insecurity so you can, have a flourishment in love, because it comes from a powerful discussion that took place. You'll get to hear all about what really moved me to have this discussion and how profound it was, and great to even be able to pour into it in that way. So I hope you all stay safe. Remember to really work on these elements, removing societal expectations so you can show up in the best way possible for yourself, for those that love you, for those that you are even impacting in your journey, in your social lives. Because guess what? Your story can actually build someone else up. Your journey can teach someone else how to be fortified, show up, and be real and not allow expectations to weigh them down. So with that being said, everyone, I wish you a beautiful weekend. Hey, Super Bowl weekend. Enjoy the game because I know I am. And I look forward to us getting back together next week. Same that channel, same that place, same that time. All right, guys, be safe.